Happy Sentinels Tuesday, everybody. We're getting into the thick of Oblivion content now, so I wanted to get a couple things out of the way and do something I've been wanting to do for a while. That thing is Swamp Thing. He's a custom deck created by the Silent H. Interestingly enough, he can only be found as DLC for Tabletop Simulator. I've played a game with him before and had a good time. Interestingly enough, he plays like Akash 3, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't obviously played her yet, but I figured it would be a good time to show him off, let him do what he does. There's a little bit of non-standard wording in his deck. You can see this with his power. Remove the top card of the environment deck and bury it under this card. Yeah, just place it under the card. That's fine. Backing him up, we have Booster Gold, the greatest hero the world has ever known. Blue Beetle, this is the young Blue Beetle variant, and Ice Girl Winter's Wrath. So it's all the more or less canon superhero decks that I've had on this show so far. In their variants, we'll be fighting Kismet, and in honor of the Scions episode, I'm taking a jaunt through the modified Celestial Tribunal that Adelpha Phage just finished up. If you're not familiar with why the Celestial Tribunal is related to the Scions of Oblivion, just wait. You'll find out. It's cool. Word about how I've stacked the deck. The only cards that have been modified are the Trials and the cards Celestial Chamber. So I've got a Celestial Chamber and one Trial because they've all more or less been modified in the same way on top of the deck. That being said, Swamp Thing messes with the environment decks, so we may not get to see those quite the way that I intended. But that's all the setup we need. Kismet will start us off. Scattered Mind. Play this card next to the hero with the most cards in hand. When that hero deals damage, the player must discard a card. Who's got the... You know what? Let's put that next to Booster. Alright, end of the villain turn, we reveal the top card of the villain deck. Jinx, so it gets shuffled back in. And that's it. Booster Gold will start off with I'm Helping. Put the top card of another hero deck into play. One player may play a card that shares a keyword with that card. Let's put the top card of Swamp Thing's deck into play. It's a one-shot, rapid growth. Bury the top card of the environment deck underneath Swamp Thing. Search your deck for the Avatar of Green card and put it into play. Okay, I'm going to shuffle the deck because the Avatar of Green, ongoing limited. At the start of your turn, you may draw a card. Swamp Thing is immune to melee and projectile damage. He takes double damage from fire and ice. Interesting. Thank goodness we're not going to be getting a lot of either. So somebody else can play a one-shot. And actually, it's not even somebody else, just somebody can play one-shot. I don't have any good one-shots. I'm going to have Ice Girl play Cold Shoulder. She can draw two cards, select the target, reduce damage dealt by that target by 1 until the start of her next turn. We'll just draw 2, and that'll hopefully set her up better. Oh yeah, she got an Ice Slide. Awesome. Alright, Booster Gold's power is Temporal Do-Over. Reveal the top card of a deck, put it into play or in the trash. Do Swamp Thing again. Botanical Aberration, ongoing. All damage dealt to hero targets is redirected to Swamp Thing at the start of your turn. You may destroy this card. Sure, why the hell not? Draw a card. Okay. Blue Beetle's going to start off with the Mark IV Exoskeleton. This card next to another hero. At the start of their turn, this hero gains an HP. Once per turn when this hero would deal damage, they may increase it by 1. We'll put that next to Ice Girl. And I like, already, we've seen Booster Gold in 2 other heroes' decks. His power is, discard cards on the top of your deck until you discard a card with a power on it. Use the power on that card now. Way of the Bug. Blue Beetle deals a target 3 melee damage. We'll go ahead and Kismet. Draw a card. Alright, so he's going to keep Botanical Aberration out for another round, since he can do that. And we're just going to mess everything up. Yeah, so much for showing off this environment at all. Plant food, shuffle the environment trash into the environment deck. So much for deck stacking. Bury the top 3 cards of the environment deck under Swamp Thing, you may play a card. Much like Akash 3 has Primordial Seeds, she shuffles into the environment deck. Swamp Thing has Constructs. I guess we'll go ahead and start off with Environmental Threat. When played from your deck, shuffle this card into the environment deck. When it comes out of the environment deck, something else happens. And it's still on top. Good job. Now the weird thing is, remove the top card of the environment deck and bury it under this card. Does that include his own cards? I think it does, so we will skip his power. Yeah, he should have drawn an extra card at the start of his turn. Okay, I'm going to start with Arctic Aura. Increase cold damage dealt by Ice Girl by 1, increase fire damage dealt to Ice Girl by 1. And she will go ahead and use her base power Frostbite, deals a target 2, 3 cold damage. Draw a card. That was pretty simple. So, the environment plays Swamp Thing's card. Played from the environment deck at the start of the environment turn, this card deals the non-hero target with the lowest HP 3 melee damage. So that's mostly going to mess with the talisman. So we got 2 characters taking extra fire damage, and Swamp Thing is immune to melee and projectile, and soaking damage for everybody. Oh boy, Lady Luck. Good thing we don't have any ongoing destruction right now. End of the villain turn, reveal is a Jinx. It gets shuffled back in. Oh right, and she deals each hero target 1 psychic damage. I forgot about that part. So Swamp Thing takes 4. That's fine. Booster Gold will play Save the Girl on Swamp Thing. You have to figure Swamp Thing is at least a couple feet taller than him, and he's like, I'll save you. Let's start getting wacky. Reveal the top card of Ice Girl's deck. Playing with fire. Change all damage dealt to Ice Girl to fire damage. Okay, yeah, I'll put that into play. Draw a card. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and play BB Gun. Blue Beetle deals a target 1 radiant and 1 sonic damage. Until the start of your next turn, reduce damage dealt by that target by 1. So go ahead and nerf her damage. Probably how the rest of the game is going to go. Draw a card. I will keep Botanical Aberration until such time as Swamp Thing is the lowest. See, that's... It should be you just destroy it at the start of your turn. And we'll play Distraction Construct. There we go. It went in the deck this time. And then we will bury the top card of his... Oh, look at that. Draw a card. Alright, he should card at the start of his turn. Why is it the start of your turn? Just make it an extra 1 during the end of his turn. Da-da-da-da-da. Ice Slash. Ice Girl deals a target 4 cold damage. If that target took damage this way, put a freeze token on that card. The next time that card would activate a start or end of turn effect, remove its freeze token instead. So I got myself a pile of poker chips. They look like snowflakes. I think it works out pretty darn well. Playing with fire. Ice Girl deals up to 3 targets 2 cold damage each. You may destroy this card. You know, that's actually, well, in this case, it's not better than her base power, just because she's only got the 1 target to hit. So 3 damage, draw a card. Start of the environment turn, this hits the lowest for 3. And then we play the Distraction. And played from the environment deck, this card has no effect. It's got 1 HP. It's pretty much just there to take up a space. We're not going to get to see this deck in play. Oh well, that's fine. Okay, at the start of the villain turn, we remove this freeze token, so no damage. Then she plays a card. Shaky Arm. Here with the most cards in play is anyone but Booster. I give it to Swamp Thing, because he hasn't been dealing a lot of damage so far. At the villain turn, reveal the top card. Jinx gets shuffled back in. I'll play another Save the Girl on Ice Girl. She'll need it. And then, well, let's just go around the table. Reveal the top card of Blue Beetle's deck. Ooh, Tinker. Reveal cards on the top of a hero deck until 3 equipments are revealed. One in the player that player's hand, shuffle all revealed cards back into the deck. Type of the card overcharging your trash, may put it into play now. We'll go ahead and tinker with Booster Gold's deck. See if we can get him some of his equipment. Force Field, Visor Display, Visor Display. Okay, this gets HP equal to the number of cards I discard times 3. Let's just make it 1. Shuffle deck. No overcharge in his trash. And he draws a card. I'll play Way of the Bug. First time each turn damage dealt to Blue Beetle is reduced to 0 or less, he may deal a target 2 melee damage. And then he'll BB Gun, hit her for 1 and 1, keep her damage reduced, draw a card. Alright, Swamp Thing keeps his overpowered damage redirection card up, and draws a card. I remembered it now. We will do Plant Food, Environment Trash in the Environment deck, put the top 3 cards under his card. Play a card. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and play The City Sleeps. When played, destroy an ongoing and an environment card. So we're going to try and destroy Lady Luck, and it works. Holy crap. So that's destroyed. Lucky card goes into play. Hero target with the highest HP deals the hero target with the lowest HP 2 energy damage. So the highest is Booster and the lowest is him, and Booster Gold will in fact save the girl and draw a card. Funny. Okay, that worked. That gives him the power to remove 3 buried cards from underneath him and skip the next environment turn, which is a little powerful, but I've sort of been stacking cards under him with no problem. Yeah, you know what? We're going to do that. That, and we'll say cannot use power. So his cards aren't going to act either, because they act at the start of the environment turn, but draw a card. That's fine, because that one's just beating up on the talisman, and I don't really care about that right now. Okay, time for an Ice Slide. An ongoing card is destroyed by one of your cards, you may use a power. She'll hit her for 3. Oh yeah, I should be increasing that by 1. Exoskeleton. 4 damage, draw a card. Environment skips its turn. Kismet hits everybody. Oh, and I've been forgetting to include the Jinx damage, so she's doing 2 damage to everybody. One thing takes 8. We'll get rid of that card. Although he in fact has combos to make it even worse. Play a card. Violent Trickster. Player discards a card. Okay. It deals the hero target lowest HP 2, 3, 4 melee damage. That is Swamp Thing. Oh, and he's immune. Reveal the top card of her deck. As a Jinx. Shuffle it back in. Okay, I'm helping. Put the top card of Ice Girl's deck into play. That's another Ice Slide. Somebody else can play an ongoing or limited card. Oh yeah, we'll have Blue Beetle play Battlefield Analysis. Show you why in a minute. And then with his power, we'll take a look at Swamp Thing's deck. Indomitable Mass. This card is immediately destroyed unless there are at least 3 cards buried underneath Swamp Thing. There are in fact 5. If Swamp Thing is reduced to 0 HP, instead remove the environment trash from the game. Swamp Thing regains HP equal to the number of cards removed this way. Interesting. Given the number of cards that he has that shuffle the trash into the deck, that's different. Draw a card. This is great because Booster's in complete team support mode. Alright, start of his turn, destroy this card. When this card is destroyed, select up to 3 targets, increase damage to those targets by 1 until the start of your next turn. I'll just select Kismet, but that'll be enough. We'll tinker again. I think I'll do it on Booster Gold again. Late Ring, another Force Field. Put out a stolen flight ring, discard the other two, shuffle his deck. Still don't have an overcharge, but whatever. And then I'll use the BB gun, hit her for 2 and 2. Okay, start of his turn, we're going to destroy that card. Floral Embrace. Bury the top card of the environment deck under Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing regains X HP, where X is the number of cards buried under him, +1. 7. Excellent. So that worked. And then he buries another card. The environment's actually going to get to play a card this turn. Oh yeah, draw another card. Frost Shell. Play this card next to a target. When that target would deal damage, prevent that damage, and destroy this card. So we freeze Kismet solid. She can bust out at the start of her turn. And then Ice Girl hits her for 2, 3 because of Arctic Aura, 4 because of the suit, 5 because of Battlefield Analysis. Draw a card. Okay, that thingy hits the talisman for 3. We play a card, good lord, and it's Celestial Executioner. Okay, so starter for turn, hits everybody for 3 psychic damage. We will Frost Shell to prevent the damage to Ice Girl. Or actually no, we'll Frost Shell prevent the damage to Blue Beetle, and then save the girl to prevent the damage to Ice Girl. Booster Gold draws a card. And then he takes 3 and Booster Gold, redirects it to his force field. That could have gone a lot worse. And we play, Imminent Destruction, destroy all environment cards. That's the weird thing, is that's the only environment card. The other 2 are hero cards. Also, does that include, oh dear, does that include the cards under Swamp Thing? I think it does. That includes the cards under Swamp Thing. So that's 8 cards she destroyed, so she's dealing 10 projectile damage to everybody except Swamp Thing because he's immune. These are hero targets, so they get destroyed. Oh boy, really blew our load on that start of turn damage. She takes 11 because it's actually fire damage. And then we reveal the top card of her deck. It's a lucky card, goes into play. That's unfortunate. Alright, Booster Gold is going to play America's Greatest Hero. Increase damage dealt by hero targets with less HP than Booster Gold by 1. Start of your turn, destroy this card. That will use its power, so he heals 2. That's everybody but Swamp Thing. Draw a card. Alright, the +1 goes away. I'm going to play another Battlefield Analysis, because that was good. Then, okay, BB. So, we reveal the top card of the environment deck. Not a target, she takes 1 and 1. Use her damage, draw a card. He draws a card at the start of his turn. The city sleeps. Destroy an ongoing card. There are no environment cards to play. Nope, I'm just going to bury the top card under him and draw a card. Oh wait, that's limited. Shoot, I shouldn't have that. I'll play Shatter. I don't see it actually happening though. She will do 4 damage to Kismet. We're taking her out, slowly but surely, with only 2 heroes doing damage. Okay, actual card. Hey, it's the Celestial Chamber. We get to see one of the modded cards. Yay! In the environment turn, move a Celestial Executioner from the environment trash into play. That will definitely happen. And if there are no Celestial Executioners in play, search the environment deck for a Celestial Executioner, put it into play, and shuffle the environment deck. There is definitely one in here, so Celestial Executioner. Okay, start of her turn, she hits everybody for 2. Ice Girl takes 3. She should have healed 1. Oh yeah, and 1 more. 2 more because I forgot about America's Greatest Hero. And she plays Lucky Break, destroy H hero ongoing and or equipment cards. Okay, 1, because he's got 2 of those. I'm going to drop Playing with Fire, that's 2. We'll drop Battlefield Analysis, because he gets to use that ability when it's destroyed. And I guess America's Greatest Hero because it's going away. That worked. Talisman is not in front of a hero. Reveal the top card. Jinx, shuffle it back in. Alrighty. Force Beams. Booster Gold deals up 3 targets, 2 energy damage each. If a target is destroyed this way, you may use a power now. Every time he deals damage, he has to discard a card. So, hit her for 3, discard a card. This for 3, discard a card. No targets were destroyed. Use Stolen Flight Ring's power, draw 2 cards. He's immune to damage dealt by the environment until the start of my turn. And draw a card. Alright, the +1 wears off, but at least somebody got to use it. I'll play Bug Goggles, because that's the only thing I can play. For 1 and 1, draw a card. You need some card draw, son. Swamp Thing draws a card. I'll play another environmental threat, I guess. Shuffle into the environment deck. Okay, skip his power, because he doesn't have anything to do. Draw a card. Oh, nice. Glacial Strike. Ice Girl deals a target 3, 4, 5 cold damage. Play a copy of Frost Shell from your hand or trash next to that target. Yay! I never get that card to work. Whereas now I wish I had Playing with Fire. Oh yeah, she heals 1. I've been forgetting about that. I'm going to use Ice Slide. Play a card. I'll play a Thermal Void on that Celestial Executioner. This card next to a non-indestructible, non-character, non-hero card. That card loses all its game text and is indestructible. The target is immune to damage. At the start of your turn, destroy this card. So I'm just taking it out of the game for a round. And then I can destroy this card, which I will do, which means I get to use a power, or base power, and hit Kismet free. Draw a card. Alright, Celestial Executioner does nothing. Oh, look at that. It's an environmental threat. And in the environment turn, move a Celestial Executioner from the trash into play. There's one. They're in fact all in the trash. And that's it. Okay, start of her turn. We get to prevent 1 damage. That'll be the damage to Blue Beetle. They also take 3. And she plays 2 left feet. Play this next to the hero with the fewest cards in play. I think that's Booster. When that hero's player plays a card, they deal himself 1 melee damage. Okay, that's the bad combo, because play a card, hit himself, discard a card. Oof. Reveal the top card of the villain deck. It is a lucky card. It goes into play. It regains 4 HP, deals each hero target 3 psychic damage. Play the top card of the villain deck. Glass Jaw goes next to the highest. That's Swamp Thing. Oh boy. Well, yeah, increase that damage by 1. Alright, play America's Greatest Hero. He hits himself for 1. Discards a card. Use its power so he heals 2. Everybody else technically has fewer HP than him, so they get a +1 damage. Okay, Recon. Reveal the top 2 cards of the villain deck. Discard or replace both cards in any order. For each card discarded this way, you may draw a card. Got an unlucky break and 2 left feet. I'm going to discard both of them because he needs cards. Saved us from an unlucky break, though. That was worth it. BB Gun. 2 Radiant, 2 Sonic. For damage, draw a card. Okay, despite is -1, that's meted out by the +1. Oh yeah, draw a card. Piercing Vines with a horrifying card art. Swamp Thing deals X targets 2 melee damage each, where X is the number of cards buried under the Swamp Thing +1. I think that's a grand total of 2. Yeah, okay, so hit her for 2. I'll hit this Executioner for 2. Then return half the cards buried under Swamp Thing to the environment trash rounded down, so that's none. I'll just bury the top card, which, go figure, is the last card. Draw a card. Alright, Thermal Void goes away. Cold Shoulder sounds like a good idea. Draw 2 cards. We'll give Kismet another -1. Won't save us, but hey. Oh yeah, she heals 1. And then it's time for Shatter. She will use her base power, deal 4 damage to this Executioner. She destroyed it, which means she may deal each non-hero target 2 projectile damage. That flips the Talisman. Highest HP. Yeah, we'll put that next to Booster Gold. He deserves it. 2 to that guy. Dealt damage, so destroy one of my ongoing cards. I guess I'll drop Shatter. I'm not hitting a lot of extra targets. Draw a card. Okay, start of the environment turn. Reveal cards from the top of the environment deck until a trial is revealed, put it into play and discard the others. Good luck with that, son. And this hits the non-hero target with the lowest for 3 melee damage. That's the Executioner, taking it out. That worked out pretty well. We play Call to Judgment. Here we go. Here we go, guys. This still works the same way, so we get Representative of Earth, which is very different now, I should mention. Where is it? It's not in the deck anymore. Oh, shit. Okay, never mind. Shuffle this card in the environment trash in the environment deck. Whoops. We have an environment-breaking hero here, which is fine. The way he breaks it is perfectly reasonable. It's just his other cards that are a little bit unreasonable. Okay, start of her turn, she flips. Okay, and she plays a card. Atlas Strike. The hero with the highest deals the hero with the lowest 2 energy damage. The highest is going to be Booster Gold, as he doesn't get his own +1. Shoot. I guess he'll hit Blue Beetle. And then he has to discard a card. End of the villain turn, she regains 1 HP for each lucky card in play, and then deals the hero target with the highest HP X psychic damage, where X is 9, minus the HP of the Talisman, and Booster will. Okay, chill out. Alright, and America's Greatest Hero goes away. In your turn, if Booster Gold dealt no damage this turn, you may draw a card and Booster Gold regains 1 HP. Oh, I forgot, he actually took no damage from that. She's got a -2. Let's see, we will reveal the top card of Ice Girl's deck. It's a Frost Shell, put that next to her. Then he draws a card, draws another card, and heals 1. Oh boy, it's time for an overcharge. Hold on to your lug nuts, it's time for an overhaul. Play this card next to an equipment card. If the card leaves play, destroy this card. The first time each turn a power on that card is used, or that hero immediately uses it again. Then they may deal themselves 2 irreducible lightning damage. If they take no damage this way, destroy this card. He will use BB Gun twice, hit her for 4, and the -2 will just stay as it is. Normally that second one would wear off on Frost Girl's turn. That's what's happening. Then he's not going to deal himself damage because he's got another one of those. Draw a card. Okay, Swamp Thing draws a card. Play everywhere at once. The wording on this is very weird. Basically, when a target would be dealt damage, you may remove a card from underneath him to prevent it. And weirdly, it gives him the power to use his innate power. It's exactly the same thing. I don't know why that is. But we'll bury the top card under him, and he draws a card. Play an Ice Slide. Heals 1. Hit her for 4. Close. One more round. This has been pretty exciting so far. That hits the lowest for 3. That's actually Kismet. Oh yeah. Paragon of Sentience. Play this card next to a hero character card, not next to a trial. No valid targets, discard this card. When this card is played, if there are no Celestial Executioners in play, play the top card of the environment deck. Target next to this leaves play, destroy this card. So, these no longer play extra cards when they're destroyed. They play extra cards when they come out. This is going next to Booster Gold, because he's obviously a Paragon of Sentience, and we play the top card of the environment deck. Call to Judgment. It's still under Swamp Thing. And that's it for the environment. Okay, start of the villain turn. She deals the talisman 2 irreducible psychic damage, which is prevented by Frost Shell. And then she plays a card. Karmic Disjunction. Oh shit. Deal the top 5 cards of the villain deck. And he jinxes into play, shuffle the rest on top. Alright, so we got a weak heart. Goes next to the lowest, that is Beetle. Glassjaw goes next to the highest, that's Booster now. And that goes next to the most cards in hand, that's Swamp Thing. Okay, and now she hits the hero target with the highest. 2 reduced to 0, increased to 1 because of Glassjaw. Tech support. Skeets is not in play, so I'll search my deck and trash for him, shuffle my deck. About friggin' time. And then Booster Gold is going to steal the show, and Skeets will take out Kismet. Okay, so that was Swamp Thing and a bunch of other comic book heroes. The one card of his that's really kind of weird is Living Mountain. Reduce damage to Swamp Thing by 1 for every 2 cards buried underneath him. With the card that was redirecting all damage to him, he can basically make the entire team invincible. And I mean, you know, if you're fighting somebody who just, like Iron Legacy, with Avatar of Green, Iron Legacy cannot hurt him. So there are some issues here, and like I said, some of the wording is off, but it's easy enough to figure out what is intended. Let's see what we didn't actually see. Punchy Greens. Oh, this is the opposite of Piercing Vines. It deals 1 target X melee damage, where X is the number of cards buried under Swamp Thing plus 1, and then you return half. Dig in. Start of your turn, bury the top card of the environment deck under Swamp Thing. You may use an additional power each turn. Oh, okay, that explains why Everywhere at Once gives him the same power, so you can just use it again. A memory. You may return up 3 cards from your trash back into your hand. Regain 5 minus X HP, where X is the number of cards turn your hand this way, so you can either get cards back or heal up. Surprise Poppies. I specifically didn't play this one. Start of your turn, send 3 buried cards from under Swamp Thing back to the environment trash, or destroy this card. While this card is active, no damage can be dealt by any targets except Swamp Thing. That being said, he doesn't do a lot of damage, so it's good trade-off. You know, if you're getting overwhelmed, just be like, everybody shut up for a round, and that's it. That was fun. Let me actually look at the changed Representative Earth, because that's kind of important. This card is played, choose a hero card, so that does the same thing. Sentence to Doom, heroes lose. This card is played if there are no Celestial Executioners in play the top card of the environment deck. When a villain card deals damage to the card by this, one player may discard a card to redirect it to one of their targets. So it gives you the ability to actually protect the Representative of Earth pretty much in the same way you would the Dreamer. And I like that change. And I like that it's very, we need a Celestial Executioner now. And it's very possible this is why Adelpha warned me away from just stacking all the trials on top, because it would have been trial, no Celestial Executioners, trial, until all of them were in play. So that would have been weird and dumb, but it worked out just fine. That's it for this one. As usual, Tabletop Simulator, the Reaver's Sentinels and Cauldron DLC, Adelphaphage's Archives, and Silent H's Swamp Thing hero deck are not licensed graded in the game's products. Please support the official release and flip.